I'm kind of aggravated because I fucking texted Stephanie when I got here, like I always do on the weekends, and let her know I'm here. And I said, hey, I'm here. By the way, my car's going to be inside, because I pull my car inside every fucking time I'm up here on the weekends, because her and I have had this conversation multiple times. Pull your car in, then that way nobody knows you're here, and then you won't get bothered. Because believe it or not, even on Sunday, people will show up here looking for my boss or fucking wanting estimates and shit. And also, she's told me to do that because she doesn't want new guy to come up here and fucking around. She doesn't trust him up here. Well, I texted her that, and she texted me back kind of shitty. Not sure why you got to have your car inside, but I prefer it to be outside. And I almost at that moment said, okay, I'll see you Monday, and just left. I almost just left. But I'm not here for her. I'm not up here on a fucking Sunday for her. I'm up here for my family. So I decided to stay. But I texted her back and I said, what the fuck are you talking about? We've had this conversation 100 times. And then I texted her again, is there a problem? And then it dawned on me. Now I know what's up. Last weekend I was up here, and her dad came in on a Sunday, which was kind of weird, because he never does that. And the way he came in was strange as well. He just parked outside, not on the parking lot or anything. He was out on the road, and he was just sitting out there, just looking at the shop. And so I thought, well, maybe he doesn't know I'm in here, and maybe he thinks something's up. So I just opened the side door and I waved at him, and then he pulls in. When he comes in, he tells me to pull my car outside because he wanted to pull his in and wash it. And then he was acting kind of weird. And I didn't really think anything of it at first. But then he was like, I don't know, man. He was just acting kind of weird. So I was just like, okay, well, I'm almost done anyway. I'm going to go home. So I left. And now I know, I bet you, he was talking to her, like, why does he have to have his car? Why has he got his car in here? Blah, blah, blah. He's up here fucking on the weekend working on his own. Like, I don't know. I don't know how the conversation went, but I'm sure they had the conversation. Now that she says that to me, so I'm like, and she's like, she texts me back, no, I'm so sorry I said that. I'm just having a bad morning. Blah, blah, blah. And I'm thinking, well, you did say it, so it came from somewhere. And I said, I pull my car in so nobody bothers me on the weekends, and I do it that way. We've had this discussion long time ago. As a matter of fact, she could probably scroll down through her text messages and see how many times I've added that when I've texted her and said I was here. Oh, by the way, my car's in the shop. And I do that so that if they look at the cameras, they don't think I'm lying and see my car's not out here. My car's not parked out there, so I'm just lying and saying I'm up here. So I just let her know my car's in the shop. But now all of a sudden it's an issue. So I'm sure they had a conversation at some point. Why is he parking his car? And she probably didn't say anything because for some reason she wants to run the show, but she just doesn't. There's no communication between her and her dad. She just won't say nothing. As a matter of fact, a couple of weeks ago, when fucking new guy was in here trying to throw me under the bus, actually getting me in trouble, making it seem like I was taking a 2-hour lunch when I wasn't. I talked to her about it later, and she said to me, yeah, I heard him out there. Man, I wanted to go out there and say something so bad. And I'm like, I thought, but you didn't. You heard it, and you didn't fucking say anything? You didn't stick up for me? You just let that happen? Because her dad was pissed at me. For some reason, they believed him. For some reason, he believed new guy. Even though, like, if I'm going to be a couple minutes late, I call him. To the point where it's kind of annoying, but I do it. So, spending 2 years, after 2 years, of if I'm going to be even a minute or two late, I call and let them know. I could be right down the fucking road, and it's 8 o'clock, or, I'm I've been an hour at lunch, and I could literally be just right down the road, but I call and let them know, hey, I'm right down the road, but just letting you know I'm going to be a couple minutes late. After doing that all this time, he would just believe this guy, some fucking asshole who he knows is a liar. He would just believe him that I would just go and just take a 2-hour lunch because I fucking can. So, because there's no communication between her and him, and she won't fucking stand up and say, yeah, he and I've had that conversation, or Dad, you know Tim wouldn't do that. You know Tim wouldn't fucking take a 2-hour lunch without letting us know. Because of that, it's just like, okay, well, I can't read your fucking mind. So, it's just weird. It's fucking weird to me. So, she had a bad morning, and now I'm having a bad morning. I love Stephanie. I mean, don't get me wrong. I love that girl. She's a good kid, but sometimes, man, that type of shit just really fucking gets under my skin. And it just reiterates, like, it doesn't matter what you do. You can fucking bend over backwards. You can sacrifice. You can give and give and give. And, you know, the place has been here. It was here before you came, and it'll be here when you're gone. So, it doesn't fucking matter. I keep always, like, I never take my own advice. I tell people all the time, dude, do not get too comfortable with your boss. It's your boss. And there's always another fucking motherfucker ready to take your spot. There's always somebody else that'll fucking apply for the job or whatever. I always find myself where I'm like, I can't believe I fucking did things that way. I mean, I've let these people in on the things that my family don't even know about me. Because I didn't see them as, like, bosses and shit. But lately I've been looking at this place more like a job and not a fucking a friendship. That's why I've been not giving as much as I used to. I fucking come in and go home. I take my hour lunch. I make sure I'm gone at 5 o'clock. I'm long gone. But, you know, we have a lot going on out there. And things are going to get real crazy real fast now. So I got to suck it up and buckle down and just get this shit done. I got a big fucking job sitting in here that I need to get finished. So that's why I'm here. Not for her, not for him, for myself. You could say, I mean, the argument could be had that, well, you make good money, they pay you good. Yeah, they do. They do. They take good care of me financially. Like, they pay me very well. But you know what? I earned it. They don't just give it to me. I fucking earned it. So that argument kind of doesn't work. Everything that I do here, every dollar I made is because I was busting my ass, not because they were handing it to me. Matter of fact, I was handing them half of what I made. Which is okay. I'm good with that agreement. That's why I'm still here. But I've given a lot to this place, man. I've given a lot. And now all of a sudden, it just seems like none of it matters. But I've been in this spot before, this very spot, where I've worked for a place for years and given and given and given, and then realized, like, the very first time you stumble, or the first time, you know, things don't go like they've been, you're just a number. You're just, okay, well, we've wrung him out, now let's throw him away. That's the way it feels. And we got a guy here that he can't work his way to the top because he just can't do that. It doesn't work out for him. So he's got to scratch and claw and lie and cheat and steal his way to the top. And apparently it's working. I mean, you tell me. After 2 years of fucking calling to let them know for, you know, if I'm going to be 2 minutes late, after 2 years, they'll just believe. After 2 years of that, they'll just believe a known pathological liar when he says that, oh, he's been gone for 2 hours. It's fucking sad, dude. But you know what? We're talking about people who they get up and they go to work and they go home and do their thing or whatever, and they're people. They're just like everybody else out there. They do what they do, and that's it, and that's it. They live their little lives, and